I'm here to bring you an eyeshadow declutter. Now, a lot of my eyeshadow that I have had is kind of old, and I know it would go to so much good use giving to someone else because a lot of it's barely touched. So I had a girl at work and her daughter's super into makeup and she's super fun with all that kind of stuff, and I wanted, she like makes these little YouTube videos like by herself. She doesn't like post them to YouTube, but she, you know, she makes them on her mom's phone, who is my coworker. So I figured passing my stuff that I appreciated when I was younger and barely touched, which is terrible, would go and benefit her so much better than it would benefit me. So I went and decluttered my eyeshadows. It's just my regular like single and drugstore palettes. I figured that it was just time to say goodbye. I used to really like them, but someone else would appreciate them a lot more, and they've just been clogging up my collection. So welcome to part 1 of my eyeshadow declutter. I hope you enjoy. So this is my first palette drawer. We're just in PJs, guys. We're all friends here, right? So I'm just kind of overwhelmed lately by the amount of palettes I have, and these are all my drugstore palettes, and I just never reached for them, so it doesn't make any sense for me to have them. Not to say I am better than anybody else. Of course, I'm not insinuating that at all. It's just, this is like a lot of the stuff I started out with when I was younger and in college. And even like I've started like the Juvia's Place palettes, which aren't that expensive, and the shadow quality is just so amazing now. These are kind of from back when the drugstore shadow quality wasn't even there yet. I can part ways with some of this stuff. So first and foremost, I do want to keep some drugstore eyeshadows because I'm not a millionaire. Like, I want to be in touch with people like myself who are super, super into makeup, but sometimes like can't afford what all those big YouTubers say. And this is a little more sentimental because my sister bought it for me for Christmas, so I am going to hold on to this guy. I feel like this is when Revlon's shadow quality got a little bit better. Like, that's pretty right there. So this was the first NYX eyeshadow palette I ever bought when these trios were super duper popular. Look how fun these colors are, but they're just not really that super pigmented, so I think I'm gonna have to part with this guy, the NYX Lake Moss Trio. I wanted this for so long. It's just this beautiful, deeper, smoky palette. The shades are beautiful, but like I said, they're not that pigmented. I never really reached for this, so this guy's gotta go. This Sinful Colors trio I got not even that long ago. It was maybe like a year or two ago. It was so cheap, and I thought the shadow quality was really nice. These are actually really super nice. So pretty. But like I said, I have a million shades like this in another palette, so. Guys, this is from the dollar store. This I remember in high school my mom got for me. It's beat to crap. I used the crap out of this guy for looks, and I'm kind of sad to get rid of him because I know for a fact that I used these chalky ass eyeshadows. I might hold on to it because it does bring me some good memories. Oh my gosh, these Maybelline quads were the ish back in the day. This one is in smoke. Emily Noel like made me buy all of these, but as I've gotten older, that shadow quality is just not great. So this guy can go. Everybody talked up, what was this, the chai latte? Oh, what's this one? Everybody used to talk this guy up because of this crease shade. They were like, oh, it's so beautiful. And it's not really that pigmented, so he can go. This guy too, he's beautiful, but he's gotta go. These are nostalgia pieces. These Melania Runway Eyes eyeshadow palettes, I remember going with my sister to buy these, so I might hold on to these because they just bring so many good memories of when the 24-hour CVS used to be open in our neighborhood. I'm pretty sure I've barely ever touched this NYC individual compact color. That's not bad quality, but I'm just never gonna use it, you know? This NYX eyeshadow palette is absolutely horrendous. Shadow quality is terrible. Like, that's just so bad. But these Maybelline Eye Studio quads are pretty decent, so I might hold on to this guy because, like I said, I do want a couple of eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore. This old L'Oreal style eyeshadow, I'm not even gonna open it. It can go. Back in the day when Milani used to make these quads, do you guys remember this? I loved this brown quad. And this gold is pretty. It's not super pigmented, but these are pretty. Like, that's a pretty eyeshadow. They're pretty decent quality, but like I said, I just don't reach for these at all. So, oh my gosh, this Ame Intensive Eye Color. Don't reach for this. Bye. CoverGirl's Shimmering Sands. I feel like I need to just keep this because this is like the equivalent drugstore palette of being fast to get ready. So I'll hold on to this guy. Emily Noel. She made me buy this back in the day. I don't reach for it. Oh, look at this guy. I think my sister might have bought me this guy. He's really pretty though. This is in the shade Velvet Crush. It's really nice, but I just don't need an eyeshadow palette that looks like this. This CoverGirl eyeshadow palette. Oh, that's a really pretty color. Oof. But all good things must come to an end because I don't reach for this. I never even opened this drawer. I shouldn't be keeping anything in it. These two LA Colors eyeshadow palettes, they are pretty, but I never ever use them. All of these e.l.f. quads, they're actually pretty decent quality, but they are super, I mean, that color is beautiful, but they are super duper powdery. But yeah, these can go. Maybelline Eye Studio palette. It's pretty decent quality. I think I might hold on to this guy to make some drugstore videos with. This Rimmel London Color Rush Trio eyeshadow. Yeah, I just don't want this. I don't wear it. This Sunrise to Sunset eyeshadow. This used to be sold at Kmart. Tropez. It is really decent quality. But this brand, I don't believe exists anymore. Like, look at that quality. It's amazing. And I remember being soups into, like, that is stunning. I don't know why Kmart got rid of this brand. Like, these shades are so beautiful and creamy, but they don't make this brand anymore. Don't need it. This guy, this Rimmel Cream eyeshadow in You Rock. Don't need it. Guys, do you remember the Wet n Wild eyeshadows that looked like this? These were like back, like look how pretty that is. That's like a freaking beautiful highlighter shade. Like I would wear that on my freaking face. These shadows are so stunningly beautiful. However, like these are Wet n Wild, but these are so old. I just don't really need it. But like, look at this shade I said I would wear as a highlighter. Like, that's just beautiful. This is a nostalgia piece, definitely, but I don't use it, and it's old and broken, and I think it's gotta go. But these were super popular back in the day. This Revlon eyeshadow palette, these were not even the greatest of quality, so bye. This Wet n Wild, this was a holiday baked eyeshadow palette, limited edition back in the day. Are the shades even pretty? Like, I mean, that's pretty, right? But, oh, this is really cute. That's a really pretty, it's super glittery and chunky, so don't think I'm going to keep this. Like I said, these Revlon quads weren't that great, so bye. Do you remember, these are also nostalgia pieces, the Hard Candy, back when it used to be in Sephora, the party mixes. These are little palettes that come with lip shades that are super old that I don't need, and so cute back in the day, but I just don't use them. They are so old, and I feel really sad getting rid of them because they bring back so many good memories, especially like this neutral one, but I don't use it at all. So I think these guys gotta go. These old baked trios by Physicians Formula, these are their baked shadows. This shade I remember being in love with. It's like this gorgeous golden shade. This shade is beautiful as well, but I just don't use it. It's sad. And then this guy, he's really pretty. This whole quad of these baked shadows, but they gotta go. And like, I can't believe I'm getting rid of this much stuff, but I'm just tired of being held down by all of the stuff that I don't use. This is such a good nostalgia piece. My best friend bought this for me back in the day when life was simple and easy. Unfortunately, it's gonna have to go because it's broken. But the eyeshadow quality in this icing palette, like this shade here, was so beautiful. Sorry I'm giving you the finger. Like, sorry I have swatches like everywhere, but these gotta go. I remember back in the day really liking these Revlon pots because they're super kind of low pigment, and I thought that was like fun because I could use them in a really simple way. Yeah, just don't reach for them. Oh, I think these guys gotta go. And then this Ipsy and NYX, this was a recent thing. This was a Ipsy collab that NYX did. The eyeshadow quality is pretty good, but I feel bad getting rid of it because it was like probably one of my first NYX collabs, but I don't really use it. Stay tuned for part 2 of this series because this video is getting pretty long and I will be doing single eyeshadows. Thanks so much, guys. Bye!